Hello everyone, this is Warrior, and today's video is of Final Fantasy XIV, and it's the dungeon, the Vault. And today I will be talking about the upcoming healer White Mage changes for the expansion. First of all, we'll talk about the role actions, which is the new kind of cross skill system that they implemented, or they're going to implement. And the role actions are credit extent, which is basically just a buff. Increases magic attack potency by 5%, duration 15 seconds. So that's now a skill that just increases attack, as opposed to before where it would switch the mind and intelligence, because now the damage from the skills is going to be based off of the mind skill as opposed to intelligence like it is right now. The next role action is Break. It deals unexpected damage with a potency of 50, additional effect heavy plus 40% with a duration of 20 seconds. So it's basically just heavy with a small damage, which is probably not very helpful in most cases. The next skill is Protect, which is pretty much the same thing as it's been before. The next one is Insuna, which is again still pretty much the same as before. The next one is Lucid Dreaming, reduces enemy by half, additional effect refresh potency 80, and duration 21 seconds. So it's basically Saint of Shrouds, but now it's a role action instead of a skill that the conjure slash white mage learned. The next skill is Swift Cast, which is basically still the same as before, but now it's a role action. And the next one is Eye for an Eye, which is still basically the same, except with the recast time of 120 seconds, which is what it was for Scholar. And for the other classes that wanted to use it, it was a little higher. So that's now a role action. The next one is Lagresi, I think that's how you say it. Increases healing magic potency by 20% for a duration of 20 seconds. So that one is basically Divine Seal, but now it's a role action. The next one after that is Surecast. And the next spell is cast without interruption. Additional effect: notify sleep, stun, knockback, and drawing effects. Duration 10 seconds, and it's a recast time of 30 seconds. So that one is almost the same as it was before, but just the additional effect is added to it now. So that one's pretty good. And then the last skill is Rescue, which is an instant cast, recast of 150 seconds, and instantly draws targeted party member to your side, which is, if you've seen the video, you pull the party member to you, which can probably be annoying, and people are going to use it like in annoying ways more than likely. So those are the role action skills, and I believe you will only be able to equip 5 at a time at any given time. So there's some that are very much going to be useful, and others that, if you're in a larger group with 2 healers, you can coordinate which ones you would have and the other person would not have, you know, to maximize, I guess, the skills that you both use. But there are some that probably would be must-haves, like Lucid Dreaming is probably a must-have. Swift Cast, again, probably a must-have skill. And maybe Lagresi would probably be another one that would be almost definitely If not, it'd be very close to almost always having that one equipped. For White Mage, some of their skills have been taken away from the Conjurer / White Mage skill set. Now it's Stone at level 1, Cure at level 2, Arrow at level 4, Medica at level 10, Raise at level 12, Fluid Aura at level 15, Stone at level 18, Repose at level 26, Cure at 30, Cure 3 at 40, Arrow 2 at 46, and Medica 2 at 50. So some of them are still the same as they were before, and others have changed the levels a little, and some of the potency has been increased or the recast time has been lowered, but for the most part it's nothing too drastic except for Fluid Aura, which now doesn't do any damage at all, and it's just a knockback effect with the bind. So from the roll action skills, a lot of their skills that they did learn as you leveled up are being changed to roll skills as opposed to skills that they inherit. And they took away the Stone Skin and Stone Skin 2 completely. As for the traits, is Stone Mastery at level 18, Enhanced Mind at 20, Maul and Meld at level 20, Free Care at level 32, Enhanced Mind 2 at level 40, Maul and Mend at Maul and Mend 2 at level 40, Arrow Master at 46, Secret of the Lily at level 52, Stone Mastery 2 at level 54, Enhanced Mind 3 at level 60, Stone Mastery 3 at level 64, and Secret of the Lily 2 at level 68. For the most part, they're all the same. The Stone Mastery is just basically Stone gets upgraded to Stone 2 and Stone 2 3 and 3 to 4 as you level up. So instead of having 4 different buttons, it's just going to be one single button on the layout as opposed to that. As for the White Mage job skills, Presence of Mind level 30, Regen 35, Holy 45, Benediction level 50, Asylum level 52, Stone 3 at 54, Aziz at 56, Arrow at 50, Arrow 3 at 58, Terra Gramination at level 60, Thin Air at level 62, Stone 4 at 64, Divine Benson at level 66, and Prudny Endurance, I think, at level 70, which are the new skills. And trade the Secret of the Lily, which is the new trait that's being added. It says grants a 20% chance that a Lily is added to healing gauge upon execution of Cure or Cure 2. Lilies will lower the recast time of Asylum as size, Divine Benson, and Terragrammaton by a percentage corresponding to the number of lilies stacked at the time of action execution, at which time the lilies are removed. For 1 lily it's 4%, for 2 it's 10%, and for 3 lilies it's 20%. And the new other skill, the Secret of the Lily 2, grants a 20% chance to Asylum or Aziz. Recast time is reduced by 5 seconds upon hitting critical HP with Cure or Cure 2. The new skill, Thin Air, is an instant cast with a recast of 120 seconds and reduces MP cost of all spells to 0 with a duration of 12 seconds. Another new skill is Stone 4 with a cast of 2.39 seconds with a recast of 2.39 seconds with an MP cost of 720. Deals earth damage with a potency of 260. The next new skill is Divine Benson. It's an instant cast with a recast of 60 seconds. It says creates a barrier around the target that absorbs damage totaling 50% of target's total maximum HP. All lilies in your healing gauge are lost upon execution. So it's basically stone skin, but it uses all the lilies up, and the amount of lilies doesn't increase it or anything. It doesn't affect it in any way, at least not that I know of, unless they change it. And the new last skill is Canary Indulgence. I'm not sure if I said that right. It's an instant cast with a recast of 15 seconds. It restores HP. All nearby party members' potency varies with the current confession stack. One confession is 400%. I guess 400 potency. 2 confession is 500. 3 confessions is 600. And it says there's a 20% chance that party members are granted a confession each time you healed their HP via cure and cure 2. And confession duration 30 seconds. So that's everything of the new skills and the old skills and the shared role action skills and their traits that White Mage and Conjure and White Mage, I guess, have. So it's not really too much different. They are getting, I guess, a lot more helpful healing skills. Thin Air is probably going to be the best skill to have, or I guess to use, because it is going to reduce the MP of the spells for a few seconds, so hopefully you can use it when you're spamming Holy, or if you're going to use your Stone 4, you know, just so you don't use up as much MP. So that one is going to be a very helpful skill. But the worst, I guess, thing that people have been mad about, that the whole Lily gauge system, or whatever it's called, that they are adding isn't very helpful at all to White Mage, or I guess healer in general, because getting a 4%, 10%, or 20% a skill reduction time for only a few skills isn't really that helpful, even if you have the lilies. And to get the lilies, you have to use Cure and Cure 2, which for the most part, if you're on White Mage, you're not really using it much on the end game or the higher level, because you would probably use Medica 2 or Medica 1 for most of the damage. If it's an AoE hit, you know, rarely does only one person really get hit often, and even then you have other skills that you can use instantly to heal them for a greater amount. So you don't really use Cure 1 and Cure 2 very often to probably get the lilies, and even when you do get the lilies, it doesn't really do anything, or very little. And once you have the lilies, yeah, they get used up if you use any of the skills, even if you don't, if you're trying to stack up to try to get the 3 lilies. So it just seems like a very weird system to have in place, and it's not really helping too much. It would have been better if the stacks didn't waste automatically, if you can trigger it when you want to, and if the lilies themselves did something different, if you're using a different skill. Like if you were to activate the skill, I guess the lily skill or whatever, and you used Holy, it would make the damage output, or maybe the radius and or the recast time, you know, or something like that. And or if you were to use Stone, it would increase the damage or give them blind or something extra to really help out if you want to bring the White Mage to the dungeon or the raid or whatever it is that you're doing. Because as it is right now, if it stays like this, how it is, the Astrologian and the Scholar are going to be more, I guess, sought after, as opposed to White Mage. White Mage is going to be the third, and if you want to choose somebody that has White Mage leveled up, you would rather get a Scholar or Astrologian in their place. And yes, I know that it's probably going to only really affect the small percent of groups that are doing the endgame raids, but as time goes on, more and more people are probably not really gonna want them, even in their smaller party groups settings, like the trials, the small trials or the dungeons. I mean, they probably aren't gonna kick them out or anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. It just seems like the whole daily system gauge thing isn't really gonna work out, and of course all the numbers, the potency, the recast time, whatever, these aren't, I guess, final. They can still change it to whatever they want, but even if these are what it is going to be at launch, that doesn't mean that they can't change it. So if enough of the community is unhappy with the changes, hopefully Square Enix listens to the community and hopefully they change it so White Mage isn't basically tossed aside for the other two healers. As far as all the other jobs and skills and everything, probably won't be talking about those, but they seem to all be pretty good. I mean, there might be some skills here and there that got removed or changed, and maybe some people might not really like it, but overall every other job seems to be good. It's not gonna be bad, and they aren't gonna be affected very too much. You might have to learn how to play it again a little, but it's not gonna be too bad. And as well as the new jobs, you know, nobody has really played with them as much. Hopefully those do as well. So, that's gonna be it for today.
Filthy rats! Be done with you! Sickness must be purged! Be done with you! And now the final cut! Show me mercy. You disgust me. Sickness must be purged. Be done with you. Sickness must be purged. Sickness must be purged. Be done with you. Sickness must be purged.
If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Until next time, take care.